Boys Season 5 wastes absolutely no time reminding us how chaotic this world has become. From the opening moments, everything feels louder, messier, and more dangerous than ever. The power balance has shifted, alliances are fractured, and the world under Homelander's control feels more unstable than at any point in the series. But as the new season kicks off, something feels off, because one of the most important characters in The Boys is nowhere to be found. Ryan Butcher is missing, and his absence isn't just noticeable, it's deeply suspicious. Ryan has quietly become one of the most important pieces in the entire story. He's not just another soup. He's the only natural-born child of Homelander. He's potentially stronger than Homelander. And more importantly, he's the emotional center of two men who are destined to destroy each other, Billy Butcher and Homelander. For Butcher, Ryan is the last living connection to Becca, the last piece of the woman he loved. The only reason Butcher hasn't fully given in to his worst instincts. For Homelander, Ryan represents something he's never truly had. Family. Someone like him. Someone who might actually understand him. And that's exactly why Ryan's disappearance in Season 5 is so important. Because when someone this powerful suddenly vanishes, it's never accidental. Ryan is already missing when Season 5 begins. One of the most interesting things about The Boys Season 5 premiere is how quietly Ryan's absence is handled. There's no dramatic reveal, no frantic search, no immediate explanation. Instead, we get a brief but revealing conversation between Homelander and Sister Sage. Homelander, clearly uncomfortable, pushes back against rumors that he murdered his own son. Even for someone like Homelander, that accusation hits differently. It threatens the one thing he wants the world to believe, that he's a father, not a monster. Sister Sage, calm as always, reassures him. Vought's official cover story is holding. According to them, Ryan is simply attending a boarding school in Norway. Everything is under control. But this explanation raises far more questions than answers. Because if Ryan really were at a boarding school, Homelander wouldn't seem so uneasy. And more importantly, The Boys has never been the kind of show that hides something this big without a reason. So if Ryan isn't at a school, where is he? There are really only two possibilities. Or Homelander is hiding Ryan somewhere. Or Ryan ran away. And based on everything we know, one of those options makes far more sense. Why Homelander probably didn't lock Ryan away. At first, it might seem possible that Homelander is keeping Ryan hidden somewhere for protection, but when you really think about it, that scenario quickly falls apart. Ryan isn't just any kid, he's one of the most powerful beings in the world. The show has already hinted that Ryan could eventually surpass Homelander himself. That kind of power isn't easy to contain. Even if Vought somehow built a facility strong enough to hold Ryan, Homelander would never trust it. The idea of a prison capable of containing someone like him would terrify Homelander. He would see it as a potential weapon against himself. And then there's Homelander's emotional state. Season 5 shows him growing increasingly isolated. He's desperate for connection. So desperate, in fact, that he even tries to reconcile with Soldier Boy, the father who tried to kill him and publicly humiliated him. That moment says everything. Because if Homelander truly had Ryan locked away somewhere, Ryan would be the first person he'd go to. He wouldn't turn to Soldier Boy. He wouldn't look for validation elsewhere. He would try to rebuild his relationship with his son. But he doesn't. Which strongly suggests Ryan isn't somewhere Homelander can reach. Ryan didn't get locked away. Ryan walked away. Why Ryan might have run away? If Ryan did run away, the real question becomes, why now? And the answer lies in everything that happened at the end of Season 4. Ryan went through more emotional trauma in those final episodes than most characters experience in an entire lifetime. First, there was the growing tension between him and Homelander. Ryan never fully embraced Homelander's worldview. Even as Homelander tried to shape him, Ryan continued to show empathy, something Homelander sees as weakness. Then Ryan learned the truth about his mother. For most of his life, Ryan believed in a version of events that protected Homelander. But once he began to understand what really happened between Homelander and Becca, everything changed. His father wasn't just flawed. He was responsible for unimaginable pain. And then came the breaking point. Ryan accidentally killed Mallory. It wasn't intentional. It wasn't planned. But it happened. And for Ryan, that moment changes everything. This is a kid who already carries enormous guilt. He accidentally killed his own mother with his powers. Now he's responsible for another death. Another moment he can't undo. For a child already struggling with identity, morality, and power, that's overwhelming. So Ryan running away isn't just possible. It makes perfect sense. Ryan is finally choosing his own path. Throughout The Boys, Ryan has always been pulled in different directions. Homelander wants him to embrace power. Butcher wants him to stay human. Everyone around him has tried to shape who he becomes. But running away might be the first decision Ryan has made entirely on his own. And that's what makes his absence so important. Because Ryan disappearing isn't just about hiding, it's about transformation. Ryan is stepping away from both father figures. He's distancing himself from Homelander's influence. And he's also separating from Butcher's war. For the first time, Ryan might be trying to figure out who he is without anyone else telling him. And that's incredibly dangerous. Because Ryan, without guidance, could go in any direction. He could become like Homelander. He could side with Butcher. Or he could become something entirely new. Ryan's return will change everything. The trailer for Season 5 already confirms Ryan will return at some point, and when he does, his decision will likely define the final season. Will he forgive Homelander? Will he reject him completely? Will he blame Butcher for dragging him into this conflict? Or will Ryan choose to rise above both of them? The truth is, Ryan may be the only character capable of breaking the cycle of violence in The Boys. But he's also the one most capable of making it worse. Because if Ryan decides to embrace his darker side, he could become more dangerous than Homelander ever was. And that's what makes his absence so tense. Right now, Ryan isn't just missing. He's deciding who he's going to become. And when he finally returns, the world of The Boys may never be the same again.